Archangel Michael says, a hidden transaction has been made, and your name was written in ink that was never meant for your eyes. Behind closed doors and sealed envelopes, a deal was struck. It was masked as business, but in truth, it was betrayal clothed in silence. They used your identity like a key to unlock doors of wealth meant for someone else. A secret was sealed under your name, and the money behind it has already begun to shift. But heaven has now opened the records and the truth is no longer contained. This deal wasn't recent. It began months ago, maybe even years. Someone close knew what was happening but said nothing. They watched your blessings rerouted and your spirit attacked without warning. But God has stepped in. The agreement that carried your name is being burned in the spirit realm, and those who signed it are about to face divine exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is one person involved who never thought they would get caught. They laughed, they celebrated, they even traveled with the money that was yours. But their season of hiding is ending. The woman who made herself appear innocent is not as clean as she claimed. She covered the paper trail with lies and fake smiles. Yet angels have already lifted the veil from her face. A financial document carrying your name has been seen by someone unexpected. This person did not know you, but something stirred in their spirit when they saw the name. That moment is what triggered the spiritual investigation. Heaven is moving swiftly now. The betrayal has reached divine court, and your vindication is beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 484. This person not only took money, they took moments. They stole the opportunities you prayed for, manipulated the blessings that had your name on them. And now, they are trying to act as if nothing ever happened. But Archangel Michael says, their peace is being removed. Every time they touch that money, their hands burn spiritually. They smile in front of others, but their sleep is disrupted, their body grows tired, and their joy has been replaced with fear. You will soon receive communication, a message, a call, or a signed notice. At first, it will confuse you, but as you read deeper, you will recognize your name where it should not be. God allowed the delay for a reason. But now, no more waiting. Type Amen to get blessing 212. The person you trusted once vouched for this deal, thinking you'd never find out. They convinced others you gave permission, that you were part of it. But lies like that don't last in heaven's light. Their stories are starting to contradict. People are beginning to question how they gained so much, so fast. And soon, the questions will turn into confrontation. Money taken in darkness always returns with chaos. And now, their accounts are being watched spiritually and physically. You may not see it yet, but enforcement is coming, from both heaven and earth. Your name is being restored, not just in peace, but in power. Type Amen to get blessing 121. You are going to hear your name mentioned in places you've never entered. Meetings, emails, legal spaces, all filled with whispers about the money tied to you. What they tried to erase is now becoming their nightmare. A woman who was part of this scheme is cracking. She's beginning to panic. Her name was supposed to stay out of it, but her involvement is being revealed supernaturally. This isn't just money, it's generational. What they touched was a legacy. And because of that, the spiritual punishment is heavier. God is not just exposing the theft, He is correcting the future it tried to ruin. Type Amen to get blessing 989. There is a book in the spiritual realm, and your name was nearly written out of the next chapter. But God stopped the pen. Because what was stolen cannot remain stolen. The person who signed those papers is about to receive a divine message they can't ignore. Their body will tremble, their mind will scatter, and their secrets will no longer cooperate with them. Someone you least expect is going to confess. They will break the silence with a few words that lead to everything else falling apart. This isn't just a coincidence. It's heaven's plan unfolding in exact timing. Your dignity is returning with a roar, and your name will be cleared by divine force. Type Amen to get blessing 646. They once laughed behind your back, thought they outsmarted destiny. But the joke has now turned to judgment. Documents are being unearthed. Old conversations are being replayed. People who once stood with them are slowly walking away, sensing the danger ahead. They feel it, the unraveling. It started small, a missed call, a failed payment, a strange message. But it's growing now. And soon, they will know what it means to touch the anointed. Because you, chosen one, are no longer alone in this fight. Type Amen to get blessing 393. God has instructed angels to protect your finances. Every dime they stole will return multiplied, and not just physically, but spiritually. Peace, time, joy, all of it is coming back. This hidden deal was meant to stop your momentum, but instead, it has become the reason for your promotion. Because heaven doesn't just restore, it rewards. And what you're about to receive will make what you lost look small. Archangel Michael says, you will rise, not by revenge, but by revelation. And the world will witness it. Type Amen to get blessing 737. They are walking in fear now. What once felt like control is slipping from their grip. The woman involved is no longer in agreement with the original plan. She's scared, and her fear is creating spiritual cracks in their alliance. There is a powerful figure in their network, someone they believed would protect them forever. But God is turning that person's heart against them. Soon, that ally will speak truth in a meeting that wasn't meant to include you, but your name will dominate the entire room. Your spirit is already picking up on it. That heaviness you've been feeling, that sudden unease. It's not yours, it's theirs. You're sensing the panic of your enemies before the fall. Heaven has a law. Anything built on stolen foundation cannot last. And this structure they built with your name is already sinking into the judgment of divine soil. Type Amen to get blessing 808. The money they took is already cursed. That's why no matter how much they spend, peace never follows. Their soul is empty, their smile fake, and the silence at night has become unbearable. You will soon receive something official, a bank notice, a legal document, or a strange reference. It will confuse you at first, but God says read carefully. Inside it is the start of your justice. They are crying now, not because they feel guilt, but because their lies are collapsing. Everything they swore would never be revealed is now crawling into light. And you, chosen one, are not to chase them. You are to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 929. The woman who stayed hidden is about to make a desperate move. She knows the truth is coming out and believes silence will keep her safe. But God is opening her mouth. She will speak, and once she does, a chain of events will unlock. This person who allowed your name to be sold in secret has underestimated how heaven moves. They knew the law of men, but forgot the judgment of angels. Now Archangel Michael has stepped into the case. You will receive back more than what was taken. This isn't just about replacing money. This is about the restoration of your divine timeline. Everything they delayed is about to arrive at once, and it will crush every effort they made to stop you. Type Amen to get blessing 535. There's a man involved too, someone you barely know but who carried your name like a weapon. He signed things in your absence, spoke on your behalf without permission, but his trail has been revealed. God is placing confusion in their ranks. Those who once worked together are now turning on each other. Secrets are slipping, and soon they will be too broken to hold the truth in. Someone who has always respected you will hear your name mentioned in the chaos. They will reach out, and their words will confirm what your heart already suspected. The truth is on its way, and this time, it has paperwork and power. Type Amen to get blessing 656. You don't need to confront anyone. Heaven is doing that for you. What they tried to build without God's hand is now facing God's wrath. Their world is starting to collapse. Debts, arguments, breakdowns. It may look like ordinary misfortune, but in the spirit, it is divine justice unfolding. The woman who covered the trail is seeing visions, waking up in fear, avoiding certain places. And that's because your spirit is now stronger than their lie. Every agreement made against you is now being undone by the will of the Most High. Type Amen to get blessing 717. They are even considering running away, thinking distance will stop the judgment. But heaven is everywhere, and the documents tied to your name are still moving in the background. You will get news before the end of this month, a message that confirms someone has seen the truth, and it will feel like a wall breaking in your life. Don't panic. That moment is not an attack, it's a release. It's the signal that God is shifting the story completely in your favor. You were wronged in silence, but you will be rewarded in glory. Type Amen to get blessing 787. Archangel Michael says, your name is being honored in the spiritual realm. The angels that were assigned to you when you were born have not forgotten. And now, they are writing your name on the gates of recovery. This person who betrayed you thinks they still have time. But time has expired. What they did has reached a heavenly deadline. They will soon hear footsteps they cannot explain. Feel whispers when no one is around. That's the weight of the spiritual battle they started but cannot win. And you will feel lighter each day, because your portion is returning. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They're losing control of the story. The same story they manipulated, the same lie they thought would protect them forever. But now the cracks are growing wider, and the weight of what they did with your name is collapsing on top of them. There is a spiritual order being enforced. What was once hidden in a locked cabinet is now being seen on open screens. Files are being opened. Bank accounts are being reviewed. And your name, your real, innocent name, is surfacing through the dust they buried it under. The woman they used as a cover is being spiritually pulled into confession. She won't be able to eat in peace, sleep in silence, or even hold conversations without stuttering when your name is mentioned. That's the power of the truth, they can't outrun it. And the one who orchestrated the deal? Their own people are turning against them now. Loyalty has left the room. Type Amen to get blessing 313 soon. You'll be contacted, not by those who hurt you, but by someone in authority who holds evidence. Their words will shake you at first, not from fear, but from confirmation. Everything you doubted, everything you questioned, will make sense. God is not just exposing this deal to punish them, He's exposing it to free you. You will walk away from this situation completely vindicated, without having to lift a single weapon of revenge. God is fighting the battle for you. There's also an unseen financial favor heading your way. Something delayed will now arrive quickly. It may come as a refund, a legal grant, a reverse decision, or unexpected wealth. But it will carry the signature of divine repayment. Heaven has already signed the release. Type Amen to get blessing 484. This person will try to stop the exposure. They will beg the woman not to talk, offer money to keep it quiet. But God is in her dreams now. And no money can silence a soul that's been touched by angelic fire. They are shaking in fear, not just of the consequences, but of you. They thought you were powerless. They thought you were naive. But you were always backed by something higher. You'll start seeing signs in strange places. Your name in random places. Your birthday on receipts. Certain numbers repeating. These are not coincidences. These are heaven's codes. It's coming back. And when it does, it'll come fast. Type Amen to get blessing 545. Archangel Michael says, the papers they signed with lies are now stained in the spirit. No one can read them without sensing something wrong. That's because the heavens have cursed every line that was written against you. This woman, she was once silent, but she's already started to speak in whispers. And those whispers will soon turn into a confession so big, even your enemies will believe you. Your name is being lifted, not just cleared, but celebrated. You were wronged with money, but rewarded with honor. The replacement won't just be financial. It'll be relational, positional, emotional. God is restoring you in full. Type Amen to get blessing 656. Everything stolen is returning multiplied. The betrayal broke something in you, but God has used that break as the crack where the light gets in. You're stronger now, not angry, anointed. They may try one last trick, one final attempt to flip the story, but they are out of time. Spiritually, the judgment has been sealed, and what they fear most, the full truth, is coming right to your doorstep. Someone who once ignored your pain will apologize. Another who mocked your silence will now stand behind you in defense. The world is shifting in your favor, because the deal is no longer hidden. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You won't have to chase them. The ones who betrayed you will be drawn to your rise like moths to fire. They'll come with weak words, soft apologies, but your spirit will already be too elevated to entertain their performance. This time, you'll be the one with the power to say nothing, walk away, smile without bitterness. That is divine revenge, peace. They'll be forced to watch you rebuild, watch you win, watch you walk through doors they tried to block. And each step you take will be their reminder of what they lost when they touched what was holy. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The money may have seemed like the victory they needed, but heaven has turned it into a burden. What they gained is now costing them more than they expected. Their friendships are falling apart. Their peace is vanishing. Their spirit is dry. You, however, are about to enter overflow. The kind of blessing that makes people whisper, not from shock, but from awe. Because you didn't fight with hands. You fought with heart. And now heaven is rewarding your patience. The angels are delivering the message, you've been restored. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They never expected it to reach this point. They thought the cover-up would hold, that no one would question the missing money, the strange changes, or the false signatures. But now, everything is falling apart faster than they can fix it. Their allies are withdrawing. The people who once promised silence are now preparing statements. The ones who cheered their gains are now pointing fingers. Because when heaven intervenes, there is no shield strong enough to block the truth. You are walking in a season of supernatural receipts. Proof will come from unexpected places. Evidence will rise up from forgotten records. And all of it will say the same thing, you were right. They will try to deny it. But denial holds no power in the face of divine judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 717. A woman who once called you friend is now under spiritual pressure to speak. She's hearing things, feeling things, unable to rest. Her spirit is convicted, and her confession will be loud. You don't even need to confront her. God is doing it already. Her own guilt is waking her up at night, and soon her voice will speak the very thing they tried so hard to silence. Your story will become a warning for others. Never touch what heaven has blessed. Because you weren't just targeted, you were tested. And now, God is turning the test into your testimony. What they meant to hide is about to become the reason you re-honored. Type Amen to get blessing 373. This situation goes deeper than you imagined. More people knew. More hands were involved. But God didn't reveal it all at once. He's been unfolding it step by step, preparing your heart for the final exposure. Your name is already clearing in the unseen. Contracts are being cancelled. Hidden files are being revealed. Even people who never believed in you are starting to sense that something sacred is protecting you. The enemy didn't just steal money. They tried to steal your identity, your opportunity, your spiritual inheritance. But Archangel Michael has stepped in, and heaven always finishes what it starts. Now, restoration begins. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They are now prisoners of their own guilt. Every step they take, they look over their shoulder. Every call they receive, they fear it's the exposure. They live in shadows now, afraid of the same truth they buried under your name. But you re-walking into light, into truth, into a blessing so big, it won't need explanation, only witness. Let them weep behind doors. Let them tremble in silence. Your peace is louder than their cries, and your rise is greater than their scheme. This is not just a comeback, it's a resurrection. Type Amen to get blessing 404.